All right, welcome back, Chris Plays. Today we're going to be playing a little City of Heroes. It's a MMO game that came out, I believe, in the 90s. It was fairly popular, especially among the superhero crowd. The graphics are kind of dated, but it's still extremely fun, and you can still play it through the Homecoming server, which was set up by a bunch of players that got the rights from the company and I made an emulator for it. It runs just like it used to in the old days, and it's free to play. So if you want to try it out, Google City of Heroes Homecoming. Fairly easy to set up if you have any, uh, you know, experience on the computer or the internet. It's not that hard. Get in here and get playing. We're going to just set up a random character today, show you how to get into it, run the tutorial, and get into the playing world. And, even one of y'all out there gives it a try. That's one more new person to experience this fun piece of history, gaming history. All right, we're going to go Primal Earth. You got Pretoria, which is more advanced. It's faction based. We're just going to go the old school base. Let's call ourselves Randomizo. Check our name availability here. It's okay, it's available. It also reserves your name while you're doing your character creation, which is nice. Let's make ourselves a mutation. Why not? You can choose from science, mutation, magic, technology, natural. They are what they are. This is pretty much just a personal choice. You don't really gain or lose anything, but it's just how you obtained your powers. Playstyle, this is where it matters. You can be a tank. You're going to do a melee damage, range damage. If you don't like chasing people around to do damage to them, then don't choose this. Choose this. Crowd control, support, you got pets. Let's go with pets. Pets are pretty fun. Archetype, we're going to be, depending on which play style, you get more archetypes. When you click on archetypes, it tells you your breakdown, and you can choose, if you're playing solo, which you usually will be, there's still a lot of people playing this game, but finding groups is tougher unless you've got friends coming in with you to play. You're probably going to pick something that has this better survivability. Since we're using pets, we're going to want a mastermind class. It's pets is high, survivability is high, so we're going to stick with that. We can choose our power set. In our case, it's basically what pets do we have? Do we want beasts? Do we want demons, mercenaries, necromants, ninjas, robotics, or thugs? Let's go with, let's see, we're a mutation, so what would be more appropriate for us? Of course, ninjas would be. Alright, we're going to give our a quick attack that fires an arrow, calls forth ninjas. Yeah, since we're using people, we're going to want the one that's going to give us, not us an attack power, but give us ability to summon. So let's choose this one. We also get to choose a secondary power set. This is typically your defensive abilities. Let's go with force field, why not? And let's go ahead and get the deflection shield. Body type is completely up to you. However you envision your character. Perfect. Costume. You can spend hours setting up your costume. Every individual piece can be customized. There's tons of body parts, tons of pieces, styles. We're not going to go through all that. We're just going to randomize, and we're going to pick the 7th click. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we are awesome. Go next, and we're going to start with a tutorial. Outbreak is the basic tutorial. Oh, we're going to finish near the game. And here you are. 22nd anniversary. So, yeah, that puts us about 96. 2000, no, 2000. Okay, so it's coming out in 2000s then. Well, unless that's, no, this might be the 22nd for Homecoming. Anyway. Very simple. Hold down right click to look on your mouse. Left click to select people. Choosing options. These guys are going to give you missions. You accept them. You have your power bars over here. These can be pulled around. Everything is extremely customizable. It can be grabbed and moved. And you set up your UI however you want it. There's tons of things that you can add. Windows you can add or take away by clicking on these, turning them on. You can minimize your trays. You can increase your trays. You can add more trays. You can even take these trays and break them loose and make them vertical up the side if you wanted them. So you could have a tray over here for one set of powers, tray over here, set of powers, tray on the bottom. I like two in my more advanced characters that have a ton of always on powers. I'll put them over here so that I can just quickly glance and see which ones are always on powers, like my force field here, my deflection shield. It's on or off, right? Okay, these are my pet powers. These are my, what's to call my pets? I like to put my brawl powers. This is XP boost. You can drag these down and then minimize. Okay, these are my pet powers. To tell my pets to heal, to follow, to attack. This is to summon them. These are both my attack powers, and this is my defense power. I don't have any run powers. It's movement powers yet. Alright, so, and I'll pull my pets out here in a minute. But we first run to the first mission giver. He's going to tell you that this is the hospital. If you die in a zone, you will respawn in the hospital. You don't lose anything. You do get a XP penalty that you got to burn back through before you start gaining at a normal XP level again. That's really the only deficit for losing that, and the time to go back and run back to where you were when you died. Okay, go back. He sends you back to talk to this guy. He's going to introduce you to a new contact who's going to be way down here. When you get to level 5, you get to pick your travel power. It can be flight, it could be long jumping, it could be super speed. That's when it's really easy to move around from zone to zone. Start with, it's just running. Now you do have a sprint, a basic sprint, which is pretty fast. So this is nowhere near. I think you get advanced sprint, but that's nowhere near super speed. Okay, he's gonna tell us to talk to Hoffman. Hoffman is gonna explain what the colors are. Gray, super weak. Green, weak. Blue, weak. Anything below white is really typically isn't worth fighting. You don't get enough experience. White and yellow is where you want to stay when you're fighting. It gives you the maximum experience with least chance to be killed. Once you get an orange and red, you have a higher chance of dying. which sets you back in time. You know, it's because you gotta heal at hospital and come back and start fighting again, so you lose playtime by. So I don't think the reward for fighting these guys is as good unless you're fighting with other players that can resurrect you. Purple, don't even bother. And then of course you got lieutenants, bosses, and minions. He explains all that too. This guy is gonna allow you to do some practice shots on some drones. You can go here and use your superpowers on them in practice. But that's all it is. Once you're done playing around with that, you can come over here, talk to this guy. He wants us to defeat 2 thugs up here as our mission. Defeat 2 thugs in a contained area, which is the fenced in area over here. Tab, pick you a bad guy, and beat him up. This would be a good time to call out our pets. Call them out right there. And let's tell them to attack this guy. They're automatically going to attack. We only got 1 pet to start with, so. There, pick him, tell him to attack. There he goes. Ninja star. Excellent. And he'll continue to attack other people that are around. But if you want to attack a specific person, like if I want to attack that thug, I tell him to attack. Otherwise, I just get in there and engage, and he'll start attacking everybody around. Tell him to heal, he'll come back. Tell him to follow, and he'll follow me. It's that simple. Got my 2 thugs. Come back down here. He's gonna introduce me to a new contact. Off we go. He's gonna teach me about inspirations. Inspirations are your temporary powers, right here. He wants to defeat 4 more thugs over here. So let's go in a containment zone, pick one, tell our thug to attack him. Let's go over here and work on this other guy with our little limited powers, newbie powers. Alright, easy peasy. Not that. Alright, he gave us a new enhancement. Now enhancements can be slotted into your powers. We're going to slot damage to make our guys do more damage. Okay. And that's just warning you that you can't take this off. Once you put it in there, you can just delete it. You can grab it and delete it. But you have to destroy it and slot another one. Alright. He wants us to go to this kiosk and learn about enhancements, which I just told you about. This breaks down what they are, how you can use them. You can also combine. I can drop another damage on that damage. Alright, he's going to introduce us to the first superhero NPC. Okay, how do you minimize this? Alright. Cody, what missions you got? I'll accept that. He wants us to go to an apartment building down here. Click on the door to enter. Turn my speed powers off in here, and these quests you simply fight your way through them. In our case, we tell our minion to fight his way through them because he's way better than we are. Let me reactivate my shield power. shield on him. That's right. This one can be target based. That's nice. So now he has my kinetic shield. Awesome. And Flower Knight, who we're here to rescue, she has one as well, since she's an ally. This obviously puts ally on all allies. Now she wants us to clear the place out, so we'll work our way through and let our pet clear the place out. As you're going through, you look for the white flashy computers or laboratory things that are they're clues that are required to solve some missions. I don't see one in here, but if you see it, it'll be like a computer or a chemistry station or something, but it'll be flashing white. And some missions require you to find clues, some don't. This one's just to defeat all thugs. Oh, here's one. Yeah. You click on the computer and you find the clues. And that's it. That was what the mission wanted. And then the exit pops up. And then automatically takes you back outside. There we go. Mission complete. Back outside. We go back to our contact. We can't find him. What do? You click on contact. Click on him. And then he will be highlighted again. And he's going to tell us we need to go to Miss Liberty and Alice Park, and that's the starter location. So we just completed the tutorial. I normally do the tutorial with all my characters because it's free experience. It gives you a fast track to get to the second level, and then you can start doing the rest of it here at Liberty Park. You can choose these help me, helper, role playing. These tags go above your head. I'm going to choose none. Help me is a good one if you need help from other players or you want somebody to take you under their wing. There's still a lot of people that play this game, as you can tell. These blue players, well, these are all players that are playing this, even this morning. 20-30 years since this game was made. Here on a Saturday morning. Still a lot of people in this game. And they'll help you. They'll give you money. You know, I've got a level 50 character. Makes millions of influence, which is the money in the game. I'll come up here sometimes if I see a new player, click on them, they're like Rolo, I'll dump influence on them. Yeah, they may have other characters that are high, but it's easier to just give them money than have them transfer it from another character. So, which requires running 2 accounts, which you can run multiple accounts. You can also right click on them. These are all your options to friend, invite, to give them items, to trade. Info tells you their class, their powers, their badges, whether they PvP. You know, he's level 35, he's been around a while. He's a level 35 tanker. So the other person of notice is Miss Liberty. She's right in front of Atlas. Easy to find in this zone because he's holding the world. Over here is second most popular person. She hands out your inspirations. This is what you spend your influence on. Which is why we dump influence on noobs, so they can quickly come over here, buy their slottables, and then quickly come in and put their basic, fill these all up with their basic slots. Damage, power reduction, all these things, health increases from her. Now as you go up in levels, there's other trainers that these will become too low level. You're gonna be getting other ones that are millions of credits, but to start with, this is where you're going to spend most of your time buying your enhancements. You can also sell the junk inspirations you don't need. Like, you get a ton of these inspirations as you're playing. You can come to her and you can sell them. She's showing I've got 2 here. I can sell this Righteous Rage at 400. And I've got 400 influence, right? Sell this healing one. Got 800. So another way to make some quick cash is doing that. So if we go back, turn these powers off so it runs so fast. She's going to allow me to level. Okay. Tramp to my next level. This allows you, when you transfer to your level, which is every other level increase, you get to pick a new power spot. We could do a defensive repulsion boss. This is for us, but we're using minions, so we're gonna want to add to our ninjas. This if we hit with this power, it grants our henchman a 3% critical chance for 30 seconds. That's okay, but what does snapshot do? This will grant a 3% to 30. So this does the same thing, but it does it faster. This level 1 is gonna reload a lot faster than this level 3. But this one will do more damage. So you can get pretty much all these, but by the time you get to 50, you'll have all these and more. You can add another level over here. So, and you can also respec and get different ones later if you don't like these. We're going to go with snapshot. Now she wants us to go. She gave us a temporary rocket pass, which is a temporary rocket pass, temporary fast travel power. When you get level 5, you get to pick your fast travel. This is just a temporary one to help you get around in the meantime. It was a nice addition. We've got a new contact up here. We can use our new little rocket pack she gave us. Where was it? Here it is. Let's put it up here. Boom. Rocket pack. Allows us to fly. Hold down space to go straight up. Hold down WSD to travel. You can fly up here on top of this globe. These things are hidden all over the world. They're badges. So make sure you try to go to all the weird places in the world. They're like on top of some of these tall buildings. You'll find these just scattered throughout the world. There may be one in the park, in the sewers. You just try to collect these badges. Alright, I think there's one over on top of that building too. But let's see. Yeah, there's one up here. See? Another badge right there. Got another badge somewhere. I think it's the one that's down here. At the entrance, I think it's the badge. Alright. Our contact is in here, it said. Was it in here? No, it wasn't in here. Where's our contact at? Did I turn it off? Oh. He also sells things. He will sell you inspirations, these temporary powers. These are lower level, as you can tell, the 400 power ones, and the size of the icon in the middle. If you notice, the other ones we sold had a gigantic plus on them. They did a lot more healing than these little ones do. So he wants us to arrest all gang members in Alice Park. And this actually has a location. Sometimes it's just go out and fight thugs. If that's the case, you just go outside the fenced area. and invite people out here in the general public. But this one actually has a quest location, and it looks like it's going to be a building. And these, you just come up and you go in the door, and your mission's inside of the building or the warehouse or wherever.
We got our gang member here, Sailor Ninja. Let's have him go at it. Let's slot my better power up front. Let's walk up here. I'll turn on my experience boost. This gives me an experience booster. No clues in here. This is just an arrest all game, knock out all game members quest, so. Put a shield on the back.
And my power that I got is this little bow. Whenever I shoot somebody with this arrow, he's got a 3% increase for 30 seconds to do critical damage, which is pretty nice. As a mastermind, your power is in your thugs. You just stand back and let your guy, especially once you get 3 of them, they can really clear an area. Okay. Oh, I missed the trumpet sound. Mission complete. When you get that, you can just exit here. Or you can go to the front door, but why? When you just click the exit button that pops up. And we're back out front of the building. Go back to our contact using our handy rocket pack power. There she is, smart vendor. Anyway, she's right here at the feet of Atlas by the pool there. She will allow you to buy, show me your wares. Inspiration drop increases, prestige enhancements, prestige powers, these temporary things. If you didn't come with a trank knife, you can buy it here. If you really like it and your build didn't come with it, these are pet buffs. Gives you a buff to my pets. And they're like a lot of them are free. They just bought this one for free. You can only have so many, right? There's a travel one. You can get a jump pack instead if you want to steam jump. I think that many of these are just free. Just come over here and get them. They're temporary. They only last like 1 session. But you just come get another one. Next time you play, you just come over here and get it. If you don't want, you can revoke the power. Like, oh, I didn't want that. I don't want this athletic run that it gave me over here. Let me revoke that. I would rather have this jump power, steam jump. Use it instead, right? Temporary powers. I don't have any. A lot of it requires you have to have the right build for it, and you can also buy these with influence once you have them. Where did I put my steam jumps? I might have just increased my jump. You can look under powers and see. There's my rocket pack, there's my steam jump. Is that toggleable? Yes. Then you can drag it down. So if you're not seeing it here, you can come up here and you can select it. Some, this is like these are, they're not equipable, so they won't let you slot them. They're just always in effect type things. Okay, and now I turn on my steam jump. Boom! And it's basically a steam pack for jumping super high. It's just very slow. Basically a slow flight power. And I can combine it with my rocket pack, and then There's no very little fall damage. Oh, there's a lot of fall damage. Alright. What were we doing? We were talking to this guy. We're turning our quest because we just completed that quest. So let's go turn it in. And it's going to send us off to talk to Joe Brogan, who is he's my next contact. And that's how you play. You run a quest, you finish the mission, you gain experience. As you see over here, once this gets around to here, you'll be at level 3. At each second level, I think level 4, you gain a new power. Level 5, you gain a travel power. And you just build your character slowly. These are enhanced experience, which means you're gonna level faster while these are blue. That's why you use these temporary experience powers that you can buy throughout the game. Also, at that vendor I showed you there beside Atlas, you can buy temporary experience boosts. So you want to do that so that you level faster. And then you just go to your contacts. And when in doubt, you don't know where to go next, hit your contact. Select them. They'll highlight. You can go back to them. Missions, you can see what mission. Oh, I'm on this mission. Let me select it, and it'll put it back on your map. And each one's going to give you an assignment. He just told me to defeat all skulls in the warehouse. It's another warehouse mission. I go there, I defeat them, rinse and repeat. And that's City of Heroes. Become the superhero you want to be. Hope you've enjoyed this, and give it a try. If it even looks slightly interesting to you. Graphics still hold up, in my opinion, pretty well, especially if you're like me, a Gen Xer who loves old video graphics. It's really in depth. You can build your own super base, you can make your own super group. So many things you can do in this game. So, till next time, it's Chris playing some random games.